There exists a set of social rules that you will never find written in any book. They are not taught in schools, they are not posted on social media, yet they are followed with absolute precision by families who have held wealth for generations. Break one of these rules in the wrong room, and you will be quietly, permanently categorized as someone who does not belong. Old money etiquette is not about being stiff or pretentious. It is about signaling that you understand the deeper codes of social grace, that you have been raised with an awareness of others, that wealth has not made you loud, it has made you careful. These rules are invisible to most people, but once you know them, you will see them everywhere. The first rule is one that new money violates constantly. Never discuss money directly. Not how much something cost, not how much you earn, not how much your home is worth. In old money circles, talking about the price of things is considered deeply vulgar. If someone compliments your watch, you say thank you. You do not say what you paid for it. If someone asks about your career, you describe what you do, not what it pays. The assumption in these circles is that everyone has enough. Drawing attention to the specifics is unnecessary and uncomfortable. There is even a saying in certain families: if you have to talk about money, you probably do not have it. The second rule involves how you receive an invitation. When you are invited to a dinner or gathering by someone of social standing, there is an expected rhythm. You respond promptly. Within 24 hours is ideal. You do not leave people wondering whether you will attend. A late response, or worse, no response at all, signals that you believe your time is more valuable than theirs. In old money culture, punctuality of response matters as much as punctuality of arrival. And if you accept an invitation, you show up. Canceling at the last minute without a genuine emergency is considered a serious breach of trust. It suggests unreliability, and unreliability is one of the fastest ways to be quietly removed from future guest lists.
The third rule is about conversation at the table. There are 3 subjects that are considered entirely off-limits in polite company: money, politics, and religion. This is not because old money families do not have opinions. They have strong opinions. It is because the dinner table is not the arena for debate. It is a space for connection, for warmth, for making everyone present feel at ease. A person who steers conversation toward divisive topics is seen as someone who lacks awareness of the room. Instead, conversation should flow naturally between shared interests: travel, culture, mutual acquaintances, and gentle humor. The ability to keep a table engaged without controversy is itself a social skill that old money families cultivate from childhood. The fourth rule governs how you handle compliments. In new money culture, a compliment is often met with a story. "Oh, thank you, I got it on my trip to Milan." Or even worse, an explanation of the brand and where to buy it. Old money handles it differently. A simple, warm thank you is sufficient. Perhaps a brief comment about how much you enjoy the piece. But never an origin story, never a brand name. The goal is to acknowledge the kindness without turning the conversation into a showcase of your purchasing history. There is a fifth rule that catches people off guard. It concerns how you express gratitude. In old money circles, a handwritten thank you note is not optional. It is expected. After a dinner, after receiving a gift, after being hosted for a weekend, you write a note by hand and mail it within 48 hours. Not a text, not an email, a physical note on quality stationery. This small act separates the thoughtful from the thoughtless in the eyes of families who have been observing these distinctions for generations. Gift giving follows its own careful code. When invited to someone's home, you bring a gift, always. But the gift must be thoughtful, not extravagant. A fine bottle of wine, a box of quality chocolates from a local shop, fresh flowers, ideally already arranged in a vase so the host does not have to scramble for one. The gift should feel effortless, not transactional. Bringing something too expensive creates an uncomfortable power dynamic. It makes the recipient feel they owe you something. Bringing nothing signals a lack of awareness that borders on rudeness.
The sixth rule is perhaps the most revealing of character.
It is about how you treat staff, waiters, housekeepers, drivers, anyone providing a service. Old money families are unfailingly polite to service staff, not in a performative way, in a genuine, consistent way. They use first names when appropriate. They say please and thank you naturally, not as an afterthought. They make eye contact. They do not snap fingers or wave dismissively. How you treat people who can do nothing for you tells old money everything they need to know about who you really are beneath the surface. The seventh rule concerns your appearance, not in terms of fashion trends, but in terms of quiet effort. Old money dresses well, but never looks like they tried too hard. Everything fits properly because it has been tailored. Everything is clean and pressed, but there is an ease to it. No visible logos, no trend chasing, no outfit that announces itself before you have spoken a single word. The goal is to look appropriate for the setting, not to look like you are auditioning for attention. This extends to grooming. Hair is neat but not overwrought. Nails are clean, shoes are polished. These small details are noticed far more than the label on your jacket or the brand of your bag. The final unspoken rule ties everything together. Old money never tries to prove that they have money. The house does not need to be the biggest on the street. The car does not need to be the newest in the lot. The vacation does not need to be broadcast on every social platform. True wealth, the kind that has survived generations, whispers. It does not shout. And the families who have maintained their position for decades understand one thing above all else. The moment you feel the need to prove your status is the moment you have already lost it. There is one more unspoken expectation that underlies all of these rules: restraint in the digital world. Old money families are remarkably absent from social media. You will not find them posting photos of their meals, their vacations, or their new purchases. They view public sharing of private life as a form of seeking validation, and seeking validation is the opposite of quiet confidence. If they are present online at all, their profiles are sparse, tasteful, and reveal almost nothing about their actual lifestyle. The less you share, the more you are assumed to have. These rules may seem small on their own: a response to an invitation, the way you accept a compliment, the words you choose at a dinner table. But together, they form a social language that is instantly recognizable to those who speak it, and invisibly, but firmly, exclusionary to those who do not. The good news is that none of these rules require wealth. They require awareness. And awareness, unlike money, is something anyone can cultivate starting today.